Hello, it is Foundation Friday, August 30th, 2019. Steve Sipress here. And if you were with me yesterday, today's tip is going to be short and sweet. It's a foundational, basic business building tip. You could almost say it's for beginners. That's what Foundation Friday is all about. Of course, repetition is the, what do they say? It's the mother of learning or whatever. And so refresher course is always good too, but these are basic tips I give on Foundation Friday. And if you were with me yesterday on Throwback Thursday, I went over, threw it back 10 years to August 2009 and Dan Kennedy's No BS marketing letter, among other materials that he put out that month. And I went through some of the stuff I had highlighted in here, and after I finished the video, I was like, there's some more stuff I highlighted. And there's overall 20 pages of this thing. Let's just go over it again, because the material is good as gold. Dan Kennedy always teaches basic strategies and tactics, that work at any time. And then he gives examples. So maybe the examples in here are 10 years old, but I assure you the principles and the strategies are still the same. The tactics might change a little, especially online. That thing is always changing. But where was it? So page 6. And this will be short and sweet. Just going to read you a quote pretty much. Dan had about a 4 or 5 page article on the basics of promoting, advertising, marketing your business. And he ends it with this. This is this highlighted part here, right? You see at the end, that big black square at the end. I'm just going to read that last sentence. For you relatively new members, a word of warning. Nobody, not even your customers, gives a rat's patootie about your need to sell some shoes or insurance or beef and noodles today. And then he puts in bold, so I apologize, 2 sentences. That was 1 sentence. Now the last sentence in bold. Your core product or service is very likely interesting only to you. There's the quote from Dan Kennedy. Bears repeating. Your core product or service is very likely interesting only to you. Have this conversation with my newer clients, or not some of my new clients are advanced marketers, but sometimes my newer clients are not only new to me, they're new to the whole world of effective advertising, marketing, and sales strategies for businesses. And so, as I was, when I was new to all this, I was caught up in the yeah, but that's not what I see everyone else doing. And so, of course, the renegade out-of-the-box tactics that actually work is what Dan Kennedy teaches and what I teach and what all the masters teach, because everyone knows that half the businesses started go out of business in the first year, and by the end of 5 years, 90% are gone. And so if you want to do what everyone else does, guess where you're going to end up. So as Dan says, nobody cares about your product or service. So I founded and created the WOW strategy. 3 letters, WOW. They stand for your target who, the irresistible offer that you make to that target who, and then the way or ways that you use to get that message, that irresistible offer, in front of that ideal target who, WOW. Notice how I had 2 W's, 2 chances to make one of them stand for the what you sell, your product or service. But as Dan Kennedy says, no one cares. So remember that about the WOW strategy. Neither of those W's have anything to do with the what, because nobody cares. So you should stop talking about, I just had this conversation today with one of my superstar clients who is moving from one field to another. And yet she is all gung-ho and excited. She's already tested the waters and had tremendous early success and is way ahead of other people in the same field that have been doing it for a long time. I'm like, that's because in general, you've been doing this. It's a similar type of sale. She's selling a big ticket intangible sale right now. So I said, it's not like you're moving into selling tacos or some low ticket tangible thing. You're selling concepts, and you're talking to people about a long-term, big-picture investment, and so it's a very similar sale. And so you can see how that's the discussion we had. It just does not matter at all. That's why she's having instant success in the new field, never having been in it before. Instant. The first week, boom, doing better than basically every other person that's doing this in this office. And there are some 7-figure earners there, and she's doing just as well right out of the gate, because it's not about the product or service. It's about the way, and that's not the WOW strategy way. It's about your method, your system, your strategies for promoting, advertising, marketing, and selling whatever your products or services are. Too many times I got to get this through people's head, just like somebody had to get it through my thick head years ago. Stop talking about your product. People lead with their product. I sell this. I do that. I work for this company. I represent this brand. Like, nobody cares. To quote Dan Kennedy, nobody gives a rat's patootie about the brand or the product or the service or the company you work for or represent or whatever you're selling. Okay? That's not how you do it. Now, of course, preceding that were the 4, 5, 6 pages, whatever, of how to do it. And so if you want to know how to do it, that'll be a more in-depth conversation that I'll have with you one-on-one. Go over to helpfromsteve.com and I'll help you do it the right way. Just suffice to say that the first step is going to be getting this through your head like I had to years and years and years ago, because it's a foreign concept, because we're taught, get your name out there and do branding and get a logo, and it's all about the company. You ask people, what do you do? They always talk about the product or service. I'm a plumber. I'm an attorney. I work for this company. I work for such and such company. Nobody cares. You're not going to sell properly that way. You'll sell just enough maybe to be miserable and stressed out and to get by if you're really good. But even if you're not good at all, but you do it the right way, man, you make a ton of money. Just like my client I just talked about, brand new, doesn't really even know what she's doing and just made a ton of money. I think she made over something like $8,000 in her first week part-time, just checking it out a little bit. Like, boom, big success right away. So anyway, that'll do it for Foundation Friday. Remember, nobody, not even your customers, care about your product or service. That is the wrong way to advertise, market, sell, promote, present yourself and or your company and your business. For the right way to do it, go to helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone, because there's many right ways to do it, and I'll help you out, and I'll suggest a few, and you can pick one that you're comfortable with that works for you and start doing that, and right away you'll breathe a sigh of relief. You'll start making more money. You'll start having a heck of a lot more fun and a tremendously less amount of stress. And to me, that's what owning a business should be all about. So that will do it for Foundation Friday. Thanks for being here today, and I'll be back tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. I'll have a tip specifically to help you make money via social media. I was talking to a couple of people on the Help from Steve calls today about their social media, and I'm going to be sharing a tip about that with you tomorrow. Catch you then. Over and out. Bye-bye.